Next, we are going to see the network of relationship between the three levels. So, uh, you guys would have understand the business level operates in three levels. So, basically the business level, the corporate level, the business level, and functional level. Corporate level consists of top management, where the CEO and board of directors work. Business level consists of functional managers, managers for sales, managers for purchases, managers for human resource, and based on the functions, the managers are bifurcated. And under them, the workers work. It's the human resources where the huge number of employees work. They execute whatever the managers say. So these are the three levels of the organization. Now, how different companies uses this or this levels, how they communicate in between them, how they get the things done by communicating to the various departments. So that is all is being said in the relationship, the network of relationship between the three levels, how they are arranged within themselves, how they work within themselves. There are different types of business and different types of business requires different types of communications. For example, the first thing is the functional organization structure, where the top management is the one person who gives every orders or ideas, and it is being shared with the all the functional managers, sales manager, product manager, human resource manager, finance manager, facilities manager, procurement manager, and he has different departments, different levels under him to execute the job. So this type of organization is like a vertical organization structure where the organization is divided based on the functions. So it is an independent relationship where each function or a division is run independently headed by the function head. So there is one head is a chief executive officer. Under him, that there are different several functions that work. They report to the CEO, and the managers give the task to the lower levels workers. The sales would the sales and marketing manager would have a field sales force, digital marketing head, e-commerce head. The product development would have developers, testers, quality assurance, maintenance. So in this way, the vertical organization or functional level organization works. So they communicate like a vertical structure, top-down approach or bottom-up approach. Then there is another form where the business is quite bigger, and you don't operate in one particular product or services. So you have a multiple product or multiple uh, product in your business. For example, you can take ITC, we can take mm, any other multiple product companies where there will be a top one owner for the company, and he will have different business units under him. For example, if we take ITC, and ITC, there is an ITC hotels, there is ITC uh, uh, paper stationaries, there is an ITC food and management food objects. So in this way, the organization is divided into horizontal organization structure. Uh, from top management, they are in same hierarchical position. It is a flat structure. It is where everyone is considered at a same level. The organization is divided in such a way that everything is managed by one CEO, and there are multiple managers, multiple CEOs, multiple product leaders, multiple business leaders who lead the each businesses. Okay. So the functional organization structure is a basic organization structure where every company operates, and horizontal organization is a company where multiple products organize uh, or there in the company. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to see the matrix relationship. The matrix relationship comes where the organization uh, interacts with every other person. So, for example, if we take the Microsoft company, the owners, the CEOs will have uh, should have different product lines. They don't operate in one particular product. It is a one company. Google is a one company, but they offer different products to their uh, customers. So the product A, assume the Google A, the product A is YouTube, the product B is Google Phones, product C is Chrome. So they have each product line should have each finance department, each production department, the human resources. They interact with each other and then they work on that uh, basis. So the organization cannot have different heads like this. There will be one finance department for the entire organization. For the Google should have the Google has one finance department. It interacts with everybody. So they don't have in a separate. They don't operate in a separate business units. They operate in a single business unit where each department interacts with each other. Okay, so the matrix is a grid-like structure which teams are formed with the people from various departments that are built for temporary task-based projects. So I have multiple products. I will interact with each and every one during my operations of the company. So that is the matrix relationship. So I will give only more examples for functional organization. It can be said as a Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola as a one product line. It's a beverages. So it has a sales that team that thinks only about increasing the sales of the Coca-Cola and its beverages, related beverages, and product developments. The first, the initial starting of the Coca-Cola was only Coca-Cola. After that, they developed many beverages, many models. So that's a product development team that thinks about product development. The human resource is only one department where it employs all the people. Even if you need a new finance manager, the HR team works for that. Even if you need a salesperson, HR team works for that. So in this way, the company, or if it runs, it comes under functional organization structure. The next is a horizontal organization structure where different business units and different products are there. So there will be different CEOs for different business units. And there will be a top chairman who will be heading the organization. And there comes another matrix relationship where the company has a different products lines and it can't have a multiple finance units. So it deals with everyone. There will be one finance department and deals with everybody, every products. Google, Microsoft, and uh, such companies operate under this structure, matrix structure. Procter and Gamble, they have different product lines and different things under one department, one head, one production human resource departments. So this come under the matrix relationship. I hope you would have got an idea of what is the network of relationship between the three levels, guys. There will be the first is functional or divisional relationship, the next is horizontal relationship, the next is matrix relationship. So I think we have now come to the end of this chapter, and so this is another example of how the organization structure works. The functional organization where one CEO heads the different functions of the organization, sales, marketing, engineering. I said about the example of Coca-Cola, and the division structure, another can be based on the product lines. Uh, one CEO heading different products. Uh, for example, Coca-Cola has different products, 7-Up, uh, everything, anything, etc. So they comes under this. It's a functional and divisional are same, the old models, and the matrix comes under cross-functional teams. They interact with each other. A general manager will be, for example, if you take Google, the CEO, top CEO will be there. He will have different functional manager, and each functional manager will take care of sales, marketing, engineering, research and development, everything. And a flat organization is a small organization where one manager takes care of all the employees. So that's all, guys. This is all about the first chapter. We have come to the end of this chapter, and we will have a quick revision of what all we studied in this chapter. So the summary, the stat. So what we studied in this chapter, strategic management, involves planning, executing, and evaluating strategies to all align the organization resource with its goals, adapting to the external changes, and ensuring long-term success. So it's a process of planning and execution and evaluating strategies to align with the organization resource available with the money that I have, available with the human resource with its goals and adapting to the external changes that affecting and ensuring the long-term success growth of the organization. So this is all a strategic management guys. It's an idea, it's a planning, it's a process that helps the organization to grow. Okay. Now, what are all the topics we saw in this chapter? The first we saw the meaning and nature of strategy. Then we saw what is strategic management. Then what we saw benefits and limitations of strategic management. Then we saw that the strategy is partly reactive and partly proactive. So the organization cannot completely be proactive. It has to be some cases where the things beyond the control of the organization happens. That time they have to reactively take decisions to change the plan of action. Then we saw about the strategic intent, the vision of the company, the mission of the company, the goals and objectives, and the values and value system the company operates. And we saw the three levels of business organization, the top level, strategic level, business level, and the operational level. Then we saw the relationship, the network of relationship between the strategic levels. So this is all the first chapter, strategic management is about that. Now, I hope you would have got a complete idea of this chapter, and you can also use this idea of creating notes for this chapter in the way I have prepared my PPT. So this would give a complete summary of what is the first chapter is all about. So you can easily recollect during your exams times and then ensure you're thorough with the concept, every concept, because we can't predict the questions of the CA Institute. So you should be ready with the complete preparation of the chapter. You should have understanding of all the concepts in this chapter so that it would help you to tackle any questions in the examinations. I hope you guys have understood well the chapter. If you have any questions or queries, you can drop a comment in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer. So I'll just end with a quote. So strategic management is not a box of tricks or a bundle of techniques. It's a critical analytical thinking and commitment to action. It is said by Peter Drucker, who's an economist, who was an economist. He said, we are not doing any magics with the strategic management. It is a clear thinking, analytical thinking process and a commitment to action. So I have strategic management comes with the deep thinking, the deep critical thinking of how to grow the business and taking action of my ideas. So I hope you would have enjoyed the strategic management chapter. Thank you. If you have any doubts or queries, you can contact me at my mail ID, ask me how to study at gmail.com. I am Gokul and I am a CA final student. I like to share my knowledge with my students. So I am uploading these videos. If you find useful, please share it with your friends. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you.